On the other side of that, I'm also like, okay, you're 24, your life is barely beginning, and you've realized this is what you want, and you're actually working hard to go get it. For a lot of people, that never happens. So I'm trying to see it from a positive point of view, as opposed to a negative point of view, and think that I haven't been doing enough fast enough. The year is over. 2024 is basically done. I know there's a few weeks left, but it's Christmas, so you'll blink and the year will be over. Same is true for me. This is my 2024 year in review. Every time I look back on a year, I think, wow, that was the craziest year of my life. I'm never gonna experience anything crazier. And then I'm always wrong, because the next year always ends up being even more insane. In 2024, I painted around 75 paintings. Maybe a little bit more, I might have miscounted. But 75 paintings, when I think about it, isn't a lot. In my mind, I feel like I should be painting more. But also, that's more paintings than I've ever done in a year, bar none. My favorite paintings for the year, my personal favorites, not necessarily the ones that people liked the best or got the most attention, was the Thanksgiving painting that I did of my little animal characters from Peachtober. And then earlier, I did a painting of a girl gardening with like a bunch of pots around her. Really small, really insignificant painting, but I love that painting. It's still one of my favorites and probably will be for a long time. In July, I painted food all 31 days of the month. That was a really fun challenge. I think it grew me a lot. Something that was really interesting about that challenge was I chose to record voiceovers for every reel that I posted of each painting. And at first it was a lot of fun and I was like, oh, this is so fun and easy. But then I think around the halfway point, I was like, why did I choose this? This is so hard. So that was a little bit challenging. But otherwise, that was a really good month for me artistically. I worked really hard to not only keep up with that challenge, but also try to push myself to paint better. I think some of the paintings turned out incredible and some of them are absolute trash, but that's the way it goes when you do a month-long art challenge. They're not all winners. The second month-long art challenge that I did was Peachtober. This was my third time trying to do Peachtober and my first time succeeding, so that's really exciting. But not only did I finish Peachtober, I feel like I did a really good job. I really love the paintings that I created. I really like the world that I built and how I had characters. There were some things that I did wrong. There were lots of mistakes that I made in the whole concept of building a body of work and creating characters, but that's also the first time I've ever done that. But Peachtober was a lot of fun. One of my key takeaways from that challenge was that I can do more than I think that I can. The nice thing about Peachtober was I did not challenge myself to post a reel every day, so a lot of the days it was just a photo of the finished piece, which was really nice for me. A lot of the burnout that came from doing the July challenge wasn't from the painting, it was from the sharing online. Outside of the art challenges that I did this year, I also created some other works of art. Granted, there weren't very many, because this year was full of a lot of personal changes for me. I started this year working full-time, and about halfway through, I switched to a part-time job. Not only did I change jobs, I also moved in March, and I didn't just like move to a bigger apartment in the same city. I moved 6 hours from where I lived before. Even with those big changes though, I do still feel like I created more than I ever have this year, even though looking back on the year, I wish I would have done more. But truth be told, the perfectionist in me, I think, will always look back on a year and think I should have done more. Even if I painted every single day for an entire year, I would probably still look back and be like, I could have done more. Because that's just the way that I am. And I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying that's something that I want to continue doing, but I do know myself. 75 paintings is a great number, especially for someone who does this very part-time. Some of the notable other paintings that I did a lot of very spring, earthy inspired art, and that was just because of the new location that I live in. It was very inspiring for me, and I was creating a lot of that kind of thing. I also designed some new stickers this year. A lot of them were complete flops and no one was interested in them, which is fine. They were still fun to make and I enjoyed it. However, I did create one sticker that was a weird, mild success. It is up on Etsy right now, and I get random sales of that sticker probably every other day, which is kind of fun. It's not generating a ton of income for me. I think I've made maybe $60 from the sticker in total, but it's just exciting that complete strangers are excited about this thing that I made. They have no connection to me. They don't know who I am. They don't watch my videos or follow me on Instagram. They just see the sticker and they want it. And that's pretty cool for me, regardless of the money made from it. Okay, before I get into the stats of everything that happened online this year, which are not that interesting, but I'm gonna share them anyway, I want to talk a little bit about my growth in creating content. So this was the first year that I actually created YouTube videos, I feel like. I technically started my YouTube channel last year, but I only made 4 videos in 2023. This year, I was pretty consistent. After I moved and got settled in, I was able to post a YouTube video every 2 weeks, which I think is really great. And I've found a really good rhythm, and I'm gonna be able to keep doing that moving forward. My filming process has also developed a lot more. I think one thing, this is really dumb. If you make videos and you've been making videos for a long time, this is gonna be so obvious, but for me, something that finally clicked this year was filming clips for a video and thinking about how I'm going to edit them. When I first started my YouTube channel, I would just film random stuff and then dump it in a folder. And then when I would go to edit a video, I'd be like, I don't know how to put this together. But this year, I really started thinking, okay, if this is what I want my end result to be, this is what I'm gonna film and this is how I'm gonna do it. And that really changed things for me. Another thing related to my content creation that has really developed this year is my ability to stick to a rhythm. And I kind of mentioned this when it came to YouTube. For pretty much the past 6 months, I've stuck to a 2-week rhythm for YouTube, but I also have found a rhythm for short form content as well, which has been so exciting. I no longer am expecting myself to post every day because I just realized that no matter what gurus or success people say online, that's never gonna work for me. And now I have a pretty consistent rhythm. If you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to grow and create content that surrounds a certain subject like me, art, or you just want to create content about your life, create a calendar. I know it's obvious, and I know probably lots of people are telling you this, but you actually have to do it. Once you create a calendar and you lay out what you're gonna post when, you can see when you need to film it, when you need to edit it, you can see if you're actually doing what you wanna do, or if you're missing and you need to adjust your plan. I don't know why it took me this long to do that, but big shout out to Notion. I'm a big Notion person now, and that's where all of my content lives. And I'm able to plan things like a month, 2 months in advance, which completely changes my ability to actually show up consistently online. I'm trying to decide if I want to start with the exciting stats or with the stupid stats. We're going to go exciting. We're going to start with YouTube. So at the start of the year, I had 36 subscribers, which great, wonderful, from 4 randomly uploaded videos in 2023. Right now, I have 580 subscribers, which is a small number in the grand scheme of things, but very exciting for me that I've grown that much in 1 year. And I'm really thankful for all the people who have found what I'm doing and are excited about it. I posted 19 YouTube videos, not including shorts or reels, actual YouTube videos. I posted 19, including this one. Okay, now we're gonna do a little comment roundup. I got some really great comments this year. This is the most exciting one to me, and it's silly, but it's exciting. I got my first mean comment this year. Someone said something rude about something that I was painting, and I was like, frame this. I got my first mean comment. Some other rapid fire ones. Someone commented and said that they were following me from Australia, which I just think is cool. During Peachtober, someone saw my art on Instagram from like the Peachtober hashtags, and then was watching my vlog on YouTube, and they were like, no way, this is the same person on Instagram. They didn't like make the connection that I was the same person until they saw my art in the video, which I thought was fun. Overall, all the comments on YouTube were really kind and really supportive. Lots of people saying, watching this before it blows up, this is my new favorite channel, like I love your content, whatever. Lots of really encouraging, supportive comments on YouTube that I really, really love and appreciate. For other platforms, I do not have a TikTok. Pretty much my only other platform is Instagram. And as we all know, Instagram is a mixed bag. Everyone has strong feelings about Instagram, and I am included in that mix. At the start of the year, I had 506 followers, and at the end of the year, or as of right now, I think I have 506, maybe 507. Keeps going back and forth. So 0 growth there. I have no idea how many times I posted on Instagram. It was well over 175. Definitely more than half the year I posted. And I'd say 80% of those posts were reels. I'm still going to continue to show up on Instagram, but not in the ways that I have done in the past. I do want to give a nice shout out to my family and friends in real life who show up on Instagram all the time, continually supporting me. My family and friends are truly the best. And if you're watching this, which I know some of you are, thank you very much. Something that I've realized this year is that I have always taken art really seriously, even if I haven't said that out loud to anyone. I think up until this year, I've never wanted to share with anyone that I'm taking art seriously, because I was always afraid that if I failed, I would look silly. So if I pretended like it wasn't a big deal to people around me, they would not think it was embarrassing if I didn't succeed. I think this is the first year where I've kind of realized that that doesn't really matter. And if I do fail, no one cares. No one's paying attention to my life enough to care if I succeed or fail in this area. And me talking about my art and saying that I am serious about it and that this is a realistic option for me makes a really big difference for me as to whether or not I'm committed and focused and want to keep going on this. I have realized that by choosing to be consistent, there's no way this can't turn into something. Sure, maybe it doesn't replace a full-time job for me ever in my lifetime, and I've kind of realized that I don't really care about that. That's not going to be my metric for success anymore. For how long I have wanted to do this and for how long this has been a dream of mine, it's a little bit hard for me to stomach the idea that this year, 2024, is the first year that I actually started taking it seriously. That disappoints me a lot. But on the other side of that, I'm also like, okay, you're 24, your life is barely beginning, and you've realized this is what you want, and you're actually working hard to go get it. For a lot of people, that never happens. So I'm trying to see it from a positive point of view, as opposed to a negative point of view, and think that I haven't been doing enough fast enough. I'm still working on the direction that I want to go in with my art. I think there's a lot of different avenues that I could take and different paths I could walk towards as far as earning actual income from my art, which is not something I've started doing yet. However, I feel like I've laid some really, really solid building blocks this year, and I'm really excited to start 2025 with these building blocks in place. I don't know what next year holds. I don't know what opportunities are going to come my way next year, and I don't know what me showing up consistently is going to turn into, and that's really exciting for me. If you have thought about starting a YouTube channel or creating content, or if you want to start making art, really start doing anything that requires you to show up every day, this is your time. This is your sign to do it. It's not as hard as you think it is, and it is so, so, so rewarding. And the best part about it is if you're small and if not a lot of people are paying attention to you, you have so much freedom to make mistakes. You have so much freedom to try things, let them fail, try something else, watch it succeed. It's just so exciting to be small. And I know someday, if this is no longer small and it's grown to something much larger, I'm gonna look back on this season of my life with so much fondness and maybe even a little bit of like nostalgia for how I could just do whatever I want, and it was okay for things to be bad. It was okay to be scrappy. It was okay to figure it out as I was doing it. If you want to start a YouTube channel, 2025 is your year. You should totally do it. Thank you so much for watching my videos this year. It's been a lot of fun. I will see you all in 2025. Done!